G'day everyone, Paul Stoner here, CEO Biggin and Scott, and I'm joined today from Amanda Basilone from the Maribyrnong office,
Thank you, Paul.
Salesperson of the month September.
Thank you.
Now, for everybody watching, you will have seen Amanda's figures and numbers over the last 2 years. You've been there just behind Ed, just behind. You've done it.
Finally.
What fell into place?
I guess it was a lot has to do with just consistency. Doing a lot of the 1%ers with a lot of the listings and sales and making sure that we get them over the line.
Yeah.
Meeting targets, but not only meeting targets on a personal level, also as a team, where because everybody's result is going to benefit everybody else amongst the sales group.
Yeah.
And most of it was just maintaining that consistency. And I had a goal just to really, I had to get a certain amount of sales for September.
Yeah.
And as a result, resulted in...
Now, I've got a theory why you were able to do that.
And what is that?
Because you're pregnant. And you wanted to get a few things out of the way before you went away.
That was the motivation. But like you said, it's been month in, month out where you get to a certain point and you just miss out. And it can get disappointing because you just want to sort of peak that top.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so happy that I was able to do it.
But it's a great point, and it's a great word, the consistency, because as I said, we see it here, and the guys out there that are consistent will understand exactly what you're talking about. So you're consistently getting your 4 and 5, or 4 and 3, or 3 and 5. What do you think really gels when you're able to get a 6 and 6 as an example?
I think
are the calls easier? Is it in your head?
Yeah, I think it's the mindset.
Yeah.
And like I said, because you need to have sort of like a goal to strive towards, and having that in your mind just planted in there day in, day out, that I need to make that sale, I need to make that, I've got to do that next call.
Yeah.
I need to catch up with that vendor because I need to make sure that come Saturday, we need to effect a sale.
Yeah.
Or either way, with a private sale, if an offer does come in, we need to make sure that the vendor will be taking it.
Yeah. Yep, and so a perfect day for Amanda in the office. Are you doing a call session once a day, twice a day? How does it look for you on a normal day?
Well, in the mornings, I do normally like to touch base with all the vendors, so I sort of get them out the way, so I know what to plan towards by sales and things like that. So you're speaking to the
vendors every day?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah. Especially the ones that I believe need to be nurtured a little bit more than others.
Yep.
That need to understand the process a little bit better. Some, can, come into the campaign where they're selling for the very first time, so they're not familiar with what the process holds.
Yep.
And I think speaking to them every day, they understand what you're all about, and they come to trust you, which I think is so important.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is that so in that call it's, Paul, this is what I'm doing today?
Basically, or if we've had buyer inspections, or if I've done the callbacks from the buyers, I like to let them know what people have said.
Yep.
Any feedback I think is good feedback.
Yep.
So then, they're just informed of the whole process along the whole way.
Yep. Yeah. Fantastic. So off the back of a good month usually comes an average month or another fantastic month. I know it's going to be a little bit different for you because you're out of work now only for 7 days, but you're getting ready to have the baby.
Still trying to keep in touch with people though.
But it was interesting how you said to me just a few minutes ago, the phone's ringing hot.
Yeah.
And that's because you've been meeting so many people and getting results.
Correct.
So it's a good point for the girls out there. How will you manage this database and the contacts that you've made over the next 3 to 4 months while you're probably out?
Well, a few things I've done, and I've tried to put a procedure in place where if I do get calls while I am away, there is a way to tackle it, and that I don't let no one slip through the pipeline.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it's only going to benefit me when they're ready to come on to list.
Yep.
And that goes back to, again, doing all the 1%ers from the beginning, from the initial things like sending out pre-listing kits, the follow-up calls, follow-up meeting, even if they're not ready to list initially, they'll remember you because of all the follow-up you did.
That's right.
Initially.
Yep.
When we do meet someone and they're not ready to list initially, I like to put them on the newsletter database, so at least they're getting some sort of correspondence from us week in, week out.
Yep.
They always hear of Amanda, they always hear of Biggin and Scott, they always hear of Biggin and Scott Maribyrnong, or they see, our boards up on a Saturday which I think is very important.
Yeah, very important. So Maribyrnong market as a whole, what's been happening?
It's a hot pocket at the moment.
It
It's
is.
a very hot pocket at the moment. And as we were saying just before, people before didn't know Maribyrnong unless you said to them, come to High Point, because it was close to High Point,
Yep.
and so forth. But now with High Point having like David Jones, it's expanding with all the infrastructure that's happening around the area. There's an estate there where your average sale price is about 1.2 million for a large family home.
City views, it's all
views,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yep.
And not many people know, but it's only about 7 or 8 k's to the city.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great spot. So September was okay, I think, throughout the market. October looks like it's going to be really busy for most of the offices and for most salespeople. The rest of the year, what do you think that's going to hold? More of the same, or just depends on interest rates and employment?
From what we've seen, I think to date, I think it will be quite consistent throughout till Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, because it doesn't seem to be a rush to market.
No.
It's just normal.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any advice for the salespeople looking at the moment?
I think it's just very important to, when you say you are going to do something with potential clients, that you do follow through. Especially like we said earlier, all the 1%ers are going to count. And sometimes when it comes to that, crucial decision of who should I list with, if you're showing all the little steps that you're taking at that point in time, people may see that as a valuable asset to who to list their house with.
That's right. As they say, success leaves clues, and the successful people that we've had sitting at this table, the consistent thing that they do is make contact with their clients.
Correct.
They don't go missing. No one's looking for them. They're making the contact, and whether it be the just listeds or the just solds or a new property that they've had an offer on, they're making contact, and that's something that you've done really well.
Thank you. And I also think it is as well, clients want to deal with people that have had current success for a very similar property that's just sold.
Yeah.
I specialise in a certain pocket of Waterford Green in Maribyrnong, and whenever we had a great run of homes that we were selling, so we got out the letter drops straight away. It was amazing the response we had, the amount of appraisals that we generated, because people had something similar and they wanted to hear you or what your opinion was on their property.
Yeah, but they're all better.
But of course they are.
Well, Amanda, congratulations again.
You, Paul.
Thank you very much for coming in, and very exciting the next 5 weeks. And I'm sure you'll be back. How long are you going to have off?
A couple of months.
Yeah.
Hope to be back by the new year.
Yeah, fantastic. I know Mark wants you back sooner rather than later. So few secrets in there for you, everyone, and you've done a great job, Amanda. So
Thanks, Paul.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.